Hello, Darlecia. Thank you for choosing Cedd Wisdom to be your guide through the stars. This is your natal chart. This is your screenshot of when you was born, okay? This is what the heavens, the stars were saying when you was first born, okay? So I want you to go ahead, get comfortable, light an incense, light a candle, get comfort, really, really get in the mood to relax yourself so you'll be able to receive this download, this big, powerful download of information about your life, your story, okay? So I want you to know, don't share this information with just anyone. Share it with only people you trust, okay? Really, really share this with only people you trust, no one else, okay? This is sacred. This is private information about your soul, your configuration, your script, your DNA, what makes you tick, who you are, okay? Okay, this is your natal chart. It's like an onion. It's a lot to unfold. So that's why I really want you to come in with an open mind, open heart, and release the ego. Release Darlecia. Let higher self come in. Let wisdom come in. Let spirit come in. So you able to open up and to receive what I'm saying. So of course you gotta watch this video a couple times. That's why I love making this video for first time readings for clients, so they can keep this with them as a record along their journey. Okay, now remember, the goal with anything spiritual, astrology, magic, root work, healing work, reiki, anything metaphysical, is all about awareness. It's all about balancing your shadow, understand what makes you tick, what makes you you. Okay, so have grace, have patience. This is a journey. You're not gonna understand this overnight. It takes time. So show grace to yourself and patience to yourself with this process of astrology. Okay. Also, I want you to know that this is very, very intense energy, what I'm about to unfold for you, okay? So I really want you to get comfortable. Like I said, release the ego. This is just your play, your script of why you're here and what you need to do, what your soul is meant to do this lifetime. So go ahead and get a notebook. Go ahead and pause the video as much as you want throughout the video to really write down and jot down your notes and write down what I'm saying. Again, you would get this once you book a recap session with me. You would get my paperwork here. If you don't want to book a recap session with me, you can print this forms out online, but it won't have none of my notes on it. Okay. Now let's get into astrology. So you, of course, you have a lot of homework to do. That's why I want you to go ahead and get your astrology notebook, and we're about to break down what is the stars, what the stars are saying. So first off, right, as you can see right here, I want you to write down the planets are energy centers. The planets are the characters in the play. Okay, the planets are energy centers, and they are the characters in the play. Okay. Next up, the sign they in are like the clothes they're wearing, the lens. The signs that the planets are in is the clothes slash lens that they are portraying, okay? The houses, where they're located in the house system, is how those characters act out and how those characters come about, okay? Now, this is your script here. Now, the planets are constantly moving, they are constantly flowing. So, the planets will progress and will move. That's why we call that transit. That's why I love telling people, get this first. So, if you want an astrology forecast to see where the planets are hitting you as of today, in current time, be able to pinpoint. I'm able to look back at this and key information and give you a rundown of what's happening for this time period up to 6 months to a year for my astrology forecasts I do. Okay. Now, going into the homework you need to do. So, first thing first, you need to understand who you are. You are a Leo ascendant, Leo rising. Sometimes we call it ascendant, sometimes we call it rising sign in astrology. So if somebody asks you, "Oh, girl, what's your rising sign?" You say you could tell them you're a Leo. I will leave it just at that. I won't tell them. I won't give them more unless you want to. Like I said, just private, personal information. Just really, it's up to you how you, if you want to give it to just random people. You start a conversation with, and they into astrology as well, and they ask you what your big three is. And big three in astrology is the ascendant, rising sign, sun sign, and moon sign. Okay, the big six is including your Mercury, Venus, and Mars with it. Okay, but you are a Leo. That's who you are. That's what the time of birth show. You are a Leo rising. This is the body. This is the head. Okay, the first house in medical astrology, the first house the head, second house throat, third house hands, fourth house breast area, fifth house spine, back area, sixth house stomach, seventh house the uterus area, the kidneys and lung area. Eighth house is private parts, genitals. That's why it rules sex, death, and everything that's hidden. Eighth house. Ninth house is God, your faith, who you believe in, the God you serve. People don't understand. People don't know that. And also, the ninth house deals with how people manifest you. So that's why it's important, to help who you can help, but also have a strong spirit of discernment, because sometimes you are put in a person's life to help them. But the ninth house show how people can manifest you and what you bring to people. 10th house is career, also connected to the father or mother. The 10th and the 4th house axis, depending on who plays the most pivotal part in your life. That's why each client is different when we talk about the 4th and the 10th house. The 11th house, the 9th house is also the hips. 10th house is the knees. 11th house is ankles. 12th house is feet. So that's dealing with medical astrology, what I just wrote down the houses. But also they correlate to areas of life as well, the house system. So research purposes, you will start researching what is a Leo ascendant. You will type in Google or YouTube about a Leo ascendant. You can type that in just like that, Leo ascendant, or having your rising sign in Leo. You can also look up, I know you know about Aries already, but you could also look up who you are on the inside. The moon sign is one of the most important points I look at too, to see who a person is on the inside. You have a Cancer moon. So you would type in YouTube or Google moon in Cancer, Mercury in Pisces, Venus in Aries, Mars in Cancer, Jupiter in Libra, Saturn in Aquarius, Uranus in Capricorn, Neptune in Capricorn, Pluto in Scorpio, Lilith in Pisces, North Node in Sagittarius, South Node in Gemini. You will research points like that. That's layer 1. It's 3 layers. I'm going to tell you how to research. That was layer 1 about typing in Google and YouTube, about researching, knowing that level 1 aspect. Level 2, because remember, astrology is like an onion. We're pulling back the layers. That's layer 1. Layer 2, you will research what house is in. Remember, the planets and the signs are like the clothes they wear. Now we get into what area of life, what area of the house system is in. We call it the house system because it's like 12 different houses, 12 different aspects of life that they play out in. Okay, so since every house is not occupied, that's kind of good. It's not always good to have every planet in every single house, and that's very rare, and everybody don't have that in their charts. Okay, but you would type in Google or YouTube Jupiter in the 2nd house, Fortune in the 4th house, Pluto in the 4th house, North Node in the 4th house. So layer 1 would be North Node in Sag. Layer 2 would be Googling, YouTubing North Node in the 4th. Then you'll go and research Uranus in the 6th house, Neptune in the 6th house, Saturn in the 7th house, Mercury in the 7th house, Lilith in the 8th house, Sun in the 8th house, Venus in the 8th house, South Node in the 10th house, Moon in the 11th house, Mars in the 11th house, Chiron in the 12th house. Like that, to further layer 2 research. Okay, layer 3 would be aspects. Aspects are conversations. Also, aspects are like your DNA codes. What's going on with this person? Again, furthering the script, how these planets interact. So you can write down aspects or conversations between the planets. Aspects are conversations between the planets. Okay, now we have good conversation, bad conversations. You can write down bad conversation is squares and oppositions and conjunctions. Bad conversations, squares, oppositions, conjunctions. Okay, good conversation is trines, like the triangles, trines and sextiles. Those are good conversations, okay? But I want you to pause this, and I want you to write all these down in your astrology notebook and research each one. You have homework to do, and it's everybody, honey, not just you. Everybody have to do this work like so they can dive deeper into who they are. Like I say, this is not an easy journey with astrology, but you're going to know everything about yourself. You're going to understand why things are playing out, and then once you understand why, you're able to break down basically those generational curses or generational cycles of why. Because I'm gonna show you why. Like, I'm an astrologer that show you the problem, but I also give you a solution how to fix it. Okay, but you will type in Google Uranus conjunct Neptune, Mars sextile MC. So MC is your career point, your public image. Okay, so a lot of people can see you as a hustler, go getter with this aspect. Okay, then you'll type Chiron square MC, Saturn square Pluto, so on, so on, so on, for each one in Google or YouTube to understand your aspects for the more. But with the aspects, go straight to Google. Okay, it's not too many aspects on YouTube. It's some, but I'd rather you go straight to Google with the aspects. Now, with them in the houses, I would say go to YouTube first with them. Okay. But yeah, that's layer 3. The conversation, what's going on with this person, okay? So now we get into what the planets are, who the planets are, okay? So the sun is the father, this your spirit, what the father passed down, your karma with the father. The moon is the mom. The moon is also represents the soul in the chart. So your soul, your mom energy, what she passed down is Cancer energy. Your mom passed down to you everything Cancerian, so you can research Cancer, Moon and Cancer. So you research, you will find like Moon and Cancer people can be very emotional, very needy, want security, want to be make sure they're nurtured properly. Okay, your mom passed down making sure you're nurtured properly, make sure you're taken care of no matter what, make sure your needs are met, make sure your family is straight, make sure you are straight, make sure you are together. That's Moon in Cancer. Also, Moon in Cancer people can be very, like I said, very, very moody at home. The moon, that's why I love the moon sign, knowing what a person's moon sign is, because in relationship astrology it shows how a person acts at home. Because when you meet a person out in public or at the club or at the store, you getting a sun sign. When that person comes to your house or you go to their house, you're going to get their moon sign. That's why you may people think, oh, they changed them. No, they just showing you the other parts of them. Okay, like your Mercury is the mind. If you want to know how a person think, if they're intellectual or not, or can you connect them on a mental level, you look at their Mercury. Mercury also represents the siblings in the chart. Your Mercury is in Pisces. So you very intuitive, you very psychic, very spiritual, very gifted with other higher level senses. So basically this position with Mercury and Pisces, some people could say like you're sensitive, or you're what's a good word, what I could say with Mercury and Pisces, that you're not slow, but in a sense of like why you not reacting or why you not communicating properly. Because with a water sign Mercury, because it's water, that's why knowing the elements is important too. Your Mercury, your communicator, Mercury is the communicator. Mercury is like the cerebral, like it communicates the signals from the brain to the other body parts of the body. That's Mercury energy. So by yours being in water, you could absorb, that's where the sensitivity come in, and you could absorb a lot of energy from around a lot of people. You see the world and communicate in abstract ways. You're very like I said, intuitive. Sometimes your words could just literally slip out, fly out, and it's like sometimes you don't think before you speak with displacement. But it's deep. You just have to research it to understand more about your Mercury in Pisces. And just like your Venus, Venus is your feminine side, Mars is our masculine side. Venus is the way we connect to our own divine feminine, and also women in our life. And what type of karma we have with women, what type of karma we have with men, with Mars, okay? Also, Mars rule over our sex drive, Venus rule over our attraction. You know how people say, oh, I want to manifest, oh, I want to manifest this, manifest this. Basically, they're just saying, I want to work my Venus. They don't know the proper terms, but the proper terms of manifestation, I want to work my Venus. Also, I want to work my Neptune. Neptune deal with manifestation as well. Okay. So right here with this placement, you got Venus and Aries. So you love intense. You love fast. Venus is not does not do well in Aries. This is not a good placement for Venus. This is very, very bad karma with Venus in Aries. Okay, and then I saw you had a retrograde that's not good as all as well. And then you had her in the 8th house. Venus in the 8th house is not a good sign as well. Okay, so you cling on, you dive head first. Aries is a ram ruled by Mars. So you basically, so you got your feminine energy in a masculine sign. You're operating already wrong right there. Again, this your DNA codes. You gotta sit with yourself and ask yourself, why did I want this? Why did I want to experience my feminine energy to be masculine? And why did I want to retrograde? Remember, retrogrades in charts, meaning you're repeating a same lesson around love from a past life, bringing in a lot of unfinished business with past life lovers. So that's one red flag right there. I would tell you to stay single for a minute, or if you don't stay single, just know whoever you date is a karmic lover. That's strike one toward karmic lovers. We're gonna keep going because I'm gonna break down the other points to your karmic lover, because you have like 4 to 5 indicators around unfinished business with lovers this lifetime. Oh my God, your whole chart. That's the karma your dad passed down. Because again, Leo is ruled by the sun, chart ruler. The sun rules Libra. Your sun is in Aries. Aries is in the 8th house of sex, bed pleasures, other people's business, underworld, and hidden things. Okay, and remember, the sun represents the father. So that's why I say your father passed down a lot of pimp energy, charmer energy, playboy energy. And with that, if you don't channel that energy, you're going to attract, again, Venus attractor, you're going to attract a lot of men or partners, if you like women as well, partners that channel or they're very playboy type energy, like they're very Shango type energy, very flamboyant, very out there, very expressive, very childlike, very tantrum, like very emotional, very just like intense, but like basically unbalanced energy. That's what you're going to attract in your life until you balance it. But we're going to save that for later. I'm going to finish this up because I want to talk about that after I get through these, okay? So right there you have Mars in Cancer. Mars in Cancer is not a good sign as well. Mars is not like Cancer. He falls in Cancer. So there's 2 red flags right there with your masculine. So you got your feminine and the masculine energy. You got your masculine and the feminine energy. Very, very bad signs right there around connection, bad karma with women, connection, bad karma with men. And also, and when I say bad karma, unfinished business, things you need to resolve. That's all bad karma means, something you have to get right. Lessons. That's all bad karma. When I say bad karma, that's all it means. It's lessons you have to get right, honey. You got Jupiter in Libra. Jupiter is our luck. Jupiter is our teachers in this lifetime. Jupiter represents our children. Jupiter represents our husband as well. Jupiter also represents how we expand and how we grow spiritually and abundantly in life. So you want to make money, you will focus on Venus and Jupiter. Okay. Next, and you also have Jupiter retrograde. Same with Pluto. You have a lot of lessons around love and abundance, luck, money, this lifetime, and speaking up for yourself and your truth this lifetime. Really own, basically this lifetime you meant to own a lot of your shit and not be able to run from nothing. You meant to face a lot this lifetime. A lot of karma you being faced with to heal and rectify this lifetime. Okay. Next up we have Saturn. Saturn in Aquarius. By your Saturn being in Aquarius, Aquarius rule over being different, being in a group. Aquarius energy. Because if you research Saturn Aquarius, you'll get a better understanding. I'm gonna try to generalize it because I'm running out of time. But Saturn in Aquarius deal with being a free spirit. Your karma this lifetime is to be free, to be unpredictable, to really set your own standards, your own independence this lifetime. Also, your karma is to be in a group this lifetime. You meant to be a part of a group. Also, you meant to be again, that's another indicator with daddy, because Aquarius energy, Saturn rules Aquarius, so it deals with more daddy issues. We're gonna talk about that later. But Saturn is our fear. Saturn is our karma this lifetime. So your karma, you subconscious, because again, there's some stuff you might not know, but you might. You a woman of age, you almost 30, so you should know a lot of this already. But Saturn deal with Aquarius, deal with gay people. So this lifetime, you meant to express that gay energy. Like I say, Aquarius rule over gay people, free spirit energy, being different. So this lifetime, you are meant to express being different. Past lives, you could have been restricted. You could have been coddled. You could have been bound or blocked from being expressive, blocked from being a free spirit, blocked from experiencing different types of love, different type of experiences with relationships. So this lifetime, you're meant to experience and be free. Okay, not necessarily you have to be gay. I'm just saying that the energy right here shows that that's your karma, is to experience or play out that energy. If you don't honor that energy within yourself, you're going to attract, say if you don't want to be with a woman, you're going to attract men that are because again, the energy has to be, the energy has to express. So by you having Aquarius energy, like I said, Aquarius will over gay people, you're going to attract, if you straight, you're going to attract men that are either down low or unbalanced in their own feminine energy. Basically, toxic masculinity, issues with their own root chakra, their own feminine energy. And if they got issues with their own feminine side, they're going to be abusive to women. So, that shows in your chart as well. So that's another red flag. What I would say, yes, stay single until the age of 30. Really pull back your energy, understand who you are, understand the game, because that's what you're doing right now. Also, Uranus rules Aquarius. Uranus is again free spirit. It rules over gay people. Our X gene, what makes us different, what makes us a genius, what makes us stand out, what makes us spark. Also, Uranus energy allows us to transform and become different. Uranus deals with the frequency. As you can see, it looks like a satellite, the symbol. And it deals with changing frequencies, changing things up, okay? And it's in Capricorn. Capricorn is structures, boundaries. So you really meant to break a lot of generational cycles in karma this lifetime. Neptune in Capricorn. Neptune is how we connect to the divine, our spirituality. So you have a lot of work around spirituality, fate, magic, the spirit realm. Okay, the hidden, the unseen, water energy. That's why it has a trident for the symbol for Neptune. Pluto is the magnifying glass. Pluto is also our soul desires. Pluto is also our fear, our shadow, what our soul desire. Not what our 3D ego, Darlecia everyday 3D ego desire, but the soul. What did the soul want? Scorpio. Scorpio is underworld, sex, transformation, liberation, therapy. Your soul desires therapy. Your soul desires somebody to listen to, somebody to unravel all the inner trauma, pain that you feel on the inside that you can't get out. Okay, your soul wants to experience total transformation. Okay, Lilith is also a shadow point. Lilith is our shadow feminine side as well. Our dark feminine. Lilith was Adam's first wife in the book. They don't talk about Lilith became was the first woman, but she came dark, very evil like. She left the garden. She's the first one to leave the garden. She's the first one to create divorce in the cosmos, because she divorced Adam first and she left him and went on to marry Satan, the devil. That whole storyline right there when he got cast out. But Lilith in Pisces is very, very sensitive to magic. You're able to tell if somebody is using magic on you. You could pick up on the other spirit realms very, very easily. This energy, I have Lilith in Pisces as well. So we could tap into tantra, sex magic, taking something from one state and tapping into something more powerful like alchemy. Very, very powerful alchemist, very, very powerful magician, magical energies with Lilith in Pisces. Like I said, your North Node is in Cedd. You can Google that more. This is your energy. You see, you already imbalanced. It's supposed to be 5-5, but you got 4 masculine, 6 feminine. Okay, so you must balance those energies out. And again, everybody has a chart. Your children have a chart. We all have masculine, feminine energies within us, and it shows if a person is balanced or imbalanced. Okay, if they imbalanced, they're either going to be toxic first and then wake up to their toxic behavior and try to balance those energies out. Or if you got this knowledge now, that's why a lot of parents are bringing having me read their children charts so they know how to parent their children better. You know, they know how to connect to their children and know what they need. Their child needs to balance and work on in their learning style. Okay. Your fortune is in Scorpio as well. So yes, baby, you have a lot of dark magic, but we're gonna talk about that in a second. So your chart ruler, again, the ruling planet of the ascendant is called chart ruler. So by your chart ruler being Leo, Leo's ruled by the sun. So your chart ruler is the sun. We look to the sun. Your sun is in Aries. Aries is ruled by Mars. Mars in Cancer, going back to the mother. So it's like you're a warrior goddess for your mom. You are your mom's warrior. Okay, I'm gonna touch on it a little later when we go over to the other page. But your north node ruler is Jupiter. So look into so basically you write down the north node, south node. North node is new credit card. South node is maxed out credit card. North node is new karma. South node is karma you already done in a past life. So that's why the south node is a powerful past life indicator. You know how people say, just say like, oh, say I'm just constantly going through these cycles, same old thing, same old thing. Why my life won't change? Why I do? Oh, I said I feel cursed, I feel blocked. That's when they come to me and we look to the south node. What is karma from a south node that they haven't cleared up or they need to face this lifetime? And we look to the south node point. Okay, and you can pause it and look where your indicators at, and you can write this on your astrology book notebook as well. Okay, now we're going to get into the juicy part from the front page. Okay, so the main thing I wrote down: healing the devil, the father, karmic men, marriage after 30 or 60, father wounds come out in relationships, men just like your dad. So with this saying, the reason why I say healing the devil, because you got Saturn in spirituality is represented by the devil. You have Saturn in the 7th house of marriage, partnerships, and open enemies. That's why we have a high divorce rate, because people are quick to marry and try to get in relationships, and they don't understand that you have to take your time. That's why the Bible talk about taking your time getting married and going through like a lot of hoops and counseling and different levels before you get married. Because the 7th house, yes, it rule over marriage, but it also rule over open enemies. And you have Saturn there, the devil, and also karma, fate, fears, the planet of fears in the 7th house of marriage. So actually, like I say, this Saturn restricts. Saturn will block. Saturn is also saying wait. That's why people see it as fear. I have learned through studying astrology, yes, Saturn can deal with fear and what you are uncomfortable with. But Saturn also is, if you look at it, if you, again, perspective, if you shift your perspective, Saturn is protecting you. Saturn is telling you stop rushing into what? Marriage, partnerships. Read the room. Pay attention. Take your time. Don't just rush into partnerships, marriages, because you have the devil sitting here. You're going to attract karmic men. You're going to attract men like your father. Saturn represents the father as well. You're going to come in contact with men that want to hurt, harm, and injure you, restrict you, tell you no, drain you. Saturn has rings. Saturn in mythology ate his children. He wanted to be power. He wanted to be supreme God. And you have that narcissistic person in the 7th house of marriage. So that's another second red flag right there of no, take your time before you try to get into any committed relationship. Okay? But again, like I said, how you rectify that, pay homage, pay respects, give thanks, praise Saturn. Saturn rules over Saturdays. So you'll go like dressing all black and go by the lake or something, or like black tights, black tank top, and just pay homage or do something to pay respects to Saturn, or make offering at your altar to Saturn to get this dark energy off you. So you can, again, because karma, what you put out come back to you. If you put out in the universe, I want to honor Saturn, Saturn karma has to bless you. That's the loophole to get in a good life. What you put out come back to you. Saturn also work. This lifetime you meant to work for marriage. You meant to put in a whole lot of work for partnerships, connections, support from people. Okay. Next up, but again, that's the second indicator with the father issues and energy. And another one, the reason why I put on here Wounded Warrior God is you have Chiron, the planet of also alchemy, magic, but also he's a wounded warrior because he was wounded by one of his students he was teaching, and he couldn't heal himself. So he had to carry this wound like a Christ energy. He had to carry this wound. And I told you that when you were seeing it, I was saying, ooh, I'm picking up Christed energy from you. So you have to carry and walk and bear this cross your whole life and heal people and also heal yourself at the same time. And you got that on the first house. The ascendant is coming up behind you. It's in the 12th, but it's behind you, behind the head. It's very, very close to the first house. So it's like you meant to heal people. And then it's in Leo. You have Chiron in Leo. Leo again is ruled by who? The sun. The sun is the father. So that's another third strike right there with healing father wounds and doing things to heal the father karma he passed down. There's 3 strikes. Like I told you, it's like 7 or 8. It's so many strikes against your love life and the wound and karma your dad passed down to you. Oh my God. But and if you want to go deep into that, write that down. But I want to cover all this before the video ends because I know it's at the 30-minute mark. But I'm going to have to go over to get all this wrapped up. But remember that you want to do a burn release. Basically, write it. That's another way to get clear that karma and connect to healing the father wound. Writing a letter to your dad. And again, you don't have to get this letter. You can burn it. You know, put a piece of paper. And I don't got no small piece of paper, but you get the gist, like taking a piece of paper and putting it to the flame of a candle and burning it. That's called a burn and a release. So you'll write a letter to your dad, everything how you feel, everything he didn't do, everything he missed, everything you wanted in the father, everything you wish you had. Write all that in the letter, burn it. You can keep a copy and burn another copy. But that's a burn and release to get closer to healing that father wound, because you need to do something, honey, to heal this wound so you can call in the true love you need and true love you really, really want. Okay? Heal your shadow inner child. Leo represents children, so your children will really help you heal your inner child. So your children really are your saving grace. Your children will help you rekindle and refire the inner little girl inside of you, okay? That's why I picked it up too. You heard when the prayer we were saying when you laid down for the Reiki session. I was saying, little Darlecia, yes, I picked it up already. You have to heal your inner child, okay? Powerful connections to mom from past life because of the Cancer and Mars connection to Cancer as well, because the moon rules Cancer. So you got moon at home, but you got Venus in a sign, a place you don't like, Mars in a sign you don't like. And I think that's it. Everybody else is kind of good. You got the sun exalted. That's a good position for the sun. But yeah, the mom shows, like I said, that Christ energy. Like it's a lot of points and dots point to you and your mom are very, very close, like twin souls, like very, very close soulmates. And when I say soulmates, your dog could be a soulmate. A classmate could be a soulmate. When I say soulmate, I mean a familiar soul that you know throughout lifetimes. You know, that's what I mean. That's what I mean when I say soulmate. Okay. Travel, new experiences. Your North Node ruler is Jupiter. When you research North Node and Sag, you will learn about what that means about the ruling planet of Sagittarius, Jupiter, the biggest planet in the zodiac. So doing candle magic to Jupiter, asking Jupiter to bless your businesses, to keep the roads open for you, really working at Jupiter magic. I already told you Jupiter deal with expansion. So you meant to expand, alchemize, travel, new experiences, marriage. Like you meant to experience a lot of good things, but it's in your second house. So you meant to speak up. Remember, the second house is the throat. You really meant to speak your truth. You really meant to open up and be a powerful motivational speaker to a lot of people. People really want to listen and hear what you have to say. So that's the indicator with the Jupiter in the second house, because the money houses in astrology, people would come like, who said what my career, what type of career I should have. We look to the 2nd, 6th, and 10th house for money, success, and career, okay? And by you having Jupiter in the second house of the throat and the mouth and the house of money, my possessions, That's a big indicator you meant to make a lot of money. Like you meant to be, like you have your own business. You really meant to be a powerful entrepreneur. Okay, so work that magic. So by looking at this configuration of your chart, by me seeing you have Jupiter in the second house, I would say yes, you somebody that should have a vision board. You are somebody that needs to be working on powerful mantras, powerful word magic, powerful air magic, working with prayer magic, like really speaking your life that you want into existence by having the biggest planet of the solar system in the house of the throat. Okay, you meant to speak a lot. Let me see what else. Talk about that. Yes, overall, like yes, you have a lot of stuff to heal with dad, but again, it's pointing to your what powerful healing abilities. Yes, you're super sensitive, but you have a lot of powerful healing abilities, which I think you know that you are meant to heal and help a lot of people. But remember that boundaries. Remember exchange. If you're going to give or heal someone, it must be balanced. It must be exchange. You just can't constantly give for free. It's always a limit. Okay? Remember that. Discernment. You can't help everyone. Okay? Now, I talked about fire, water goddess. Fire, water goddess because you got a fire rising sign, fire, sun, water, moon, water, Mercury, fire, Venus, water, Cancer. So that's a whole lot of energy of working with fire magic and water magic. I don't talk about water magic as much because it's sacred to me. You have to like really, really be close to me to learn that element and working with that magic. But I do teach freely fire and air magic. But your chart speak on you working with fire and water. When you're ready, we could talk and go deep about water magic, but I don't just talk about water magic just with anybody. I have to build up trust with you before I open that realm of magic to you because it's very, very powerful. Okay, talking about speaking. Honor, pay respects to Venus and Mars. Because you have them in bad signs, you really want to pay respects to them and honor that and rectify that energy. Because again, karma, what you put out, come back to you by you paying respects and showing them favor, showing them love, showing them a connection, building a connection with them, showing them, communicating them and connecting with them like a friend. They will favor you. Okay. That's why it's important to know what these planets rule in life. Because if people trying to feel like, oh, why this not working? Why this not working out for me? Saying why I'm having problems with men, why I have problems with relationships and love and money and stuff like that. Venus rule over money. Yeah, and then you got Venus and Aries. Yeah, that's big spender, spending money real, real fast type energy. Okay. So with that out, if I look at somebody trying to see that, I say, oh yes, you need to take your time. You need to watch your spending. You need to really have a powerful foundation with finances, a good connection with money, okay? Because right here, Venus wants you to burn, 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 spend, 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 spend money in all types of different ways, okay? Connect to the underworld hidden realms. So yes, you have 8th house energy. I can't wait for you to research 8th house. 8th house deal with the underworld, your own personal hell. So how people say, oh, you're going to hell, you're going to hell. Hell in the chart, when we look at what type of hell a person coming from, what type of hell would be like for a person, we look to Pluto and we look to the 8th house. Okay, reason why the 8th house, because Pluto traditionally rules the 8th house. Everybody can't have Pluto in the 8th house. The universe can't configure it like that for everybody. So you having Pluto in the Pluto in the 4th house of your family, your home. You meant to and then this 4th house represents the mom. So you really meant to transform your mom's bloodline. You really meant to heal a lot of trauma your mom family went through in a sense. You just meant to heal your connection with your father and your divine masculine energy. But with the true generational curse, true generational trauma healing, you really meant to heal a lot of curses over your mom's bloodline. And I think we talked about that, like your mom, the situation with your mom. But yes, you really meant to heal a lot with your mom. But remember that if you want to talk about that, we can go deeper into that. But yes, really dive deep into the 8th house. The 8th house is other dimensions, other realms, magic. Okay, then you got the powerful goddess Lilith, Adam's first wife in the 8th house. So that's powerful, sex magic, powerful, man. And it makes, by her being here, it makes you sensitive to sex. Same with the sun. The sun can get very, very hot. very high root chakra, very high pum pum, if you're catching my drift. So be mindful of the heat down there, okay? Um, okay, let the beast out. Yeah, you have a lot of anger aspects when you dive deeper into it. A lot of anger aspects, especially with this Sun Square Mars. That's a bad sign with that Sun Square. And then what it was, I know it was Mars trying Pluto. Powerful war. Like, that's some powerful war energy. Like, you really meant to defend and fight for people rights, like a goddess of justice. I'm picking up very, very powerful energy of servitude and helping the underdog, being a mother to people. Very interesting. I love it. I love it. I love it. So again, we can go deeper. Like I say, book the recap session, but I want you to do your research first. I really want you to build up your astrology notebook first. Okay. I really want you to do the homework before we dive deeper into the recap session. I want you to get the astrology book I sent you. Do your homework. Dive deep. I want to see you, really pause the screen and write down this. Or you can print it out yourself. Just let me know if you want the website. I can send you the website where you can print this out yourself and really dive deep into your chart and understand your chart, understand your energy before we book the recap session. Because the recap session, like I say, is about your questions, diving deeper with me. Because when I talk to you, I want you to be able to understand what I'm saying. So that's why I really want you to dive deep into your research before you book that next session. Okay, hun, Darlecia, it was fun. It was amazing reading. Take care, hun. Can't wait to talk to you soon. Bye bye.